Before we get into today's video, subject being truth versus falsehood, a quick reminder about the risk disclosure. Please read it in the link in the written section of this video. When I started rewriting the Buddhist Trader at the beginning of February, there was no way that I could know that many things which I had predicted 8 years ago when I wrote the first edition, that they would come to pass in such a dramatic and vehement way. It seemed that all of a sudden, all the different areas in our life, it's all encompassing, seem to be up for review in the most dramatic way possible. Which of course begs the question, and that is a question every single one of us is having to ask themselves: what is true and what is false? And there is a tendency for us to think that perhaps everything we see is not true anymore. That creates immense cognitive dissonance, and I discuss this in detail in the latest version of the Buddhist Trader, where I'm going way beyond the original concept explained some 8 years ago, because for starters we have got so much more evidence of the contributing factors to this cognitive dissonance. So of course, for all of us who have a still halfway independent brain, and yeah, okay, I'm saying this not entirely in jest, I'd like to make this point here. We really have to examine ourselves. Self-inquiry is one of the key elements to our ultimate freedom. Freedom of choice is the biggest challenge we are facing today. It is the biggest challenge humanity faces, and it is an issue that hasn't arisen just in recent years. It is an issue that goes back thousands and thousands and thousands of years. If you want to know more about these subjects, which I cover in depth in educational webinars, you can join my mailing list to be notified of the webinars I hold on a regular basis. So the subject is very deep, it is very complex, and it's also, if you like, somewhat challenging, because it goes beyond conventional belief system. Of course, as you know, in order to trade well, by the way, that's something else I discuss in depth, you need to develop an independent thinking mind. And this is even more important today than it's ever been before, because we are at the final end of a cycle in the way the financial system, and by the way, how trading and investment is working. It's unfolding. This thing is coming to an end. Hence, you are seeing this immense volatility, because there are many different forces vying for attention. So don't be fooled into thinking what used to work in the last 4 or 5 years is going to work moving forward. We are in such a pivotal shift of such gargantuan proportions. We are talking about the apex of a super cycle here that has come to an end, and we are at the apex. We are just at that tipping point. Nobody can foresee with absolute certainty how things are going to unfold in every detail. And incidentally, this is not your job. Your job is to set priorities. The priority right now is to work out what is true for you, and focusing on creating a life of total inner congruence that then allows you to meet the many distortions we are seeing all around us. The big thing is this: you do not go into the minutiae of everything, because you cannot understand them. What you can understand, though, is the frequency of your feeling, the frequency of your emotions, and you can train yourself to develop the emotion of the heart. The heart has got its own emotional pellets. I talk about this in detail in the Buddhist Trader. By the way, due to be released next week, first of all, as a Kindle version on Amazon, and it'll also be as a printed book on Amazon, probably in a couple of weeks. So if you want to be notified, also if you want to take advantage of a special offer I'm doing for my mailing list, just for the digital version, which will be a PDF version, by the way, send me an email and send me your email. The link is in the written section below this video, and I will put your name on my mailing list, and you'll get notification. So really, moving forward is pull your mind out of this idea that you need to know everything. You cannot know everything, and particularly the way things are at the moment. Things happen very randomly. It is impossible to know what really is going on. There is so much speculation about everything. Your job is, let me say it again, your job is to go within, feel from within, learn to feel what feels right. And that feeling comes, we have said it in the previous video, I explained this, it is your connection to source. The connection from source is always benign, and it is never ever forced. Now, I really, really want you to understand this. It is always benign, and it is never ever forced, because spirit, the benign essence of spirit, or should I say life force, exists of its own accord. It does not have to prove itself to you. So very important to understand. So I think that's it for now. I thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I invite you to share it, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.